My presentation today is on a story called Accounting for Anguish and how Kim Amy followed Trevino and Nelson's 7 steps on how to blow the whistle, as well as followed Badaracco's advice in We Don't Need Another Hero. The first step is to approach your immediate manager, and unless your immediate manager is involved in the problem. This can be a tricky situation, especially if your immediate manager knows of the issue or is directly involved with continuing the wrongdoing. And Kim did this. He complained to his immediate manager, and not for the first time. He complained of an act which would be considered tax fraud. He was then told to do it anyway. The second step is to discuss the issue with your family. The story didn't go much into this, but I imagine he did this. It describes him discussing with his family after the fact. After he was actually fired, except him and his wife both held out hope that the company would do the right thing and, rehire him. But instead, Kim ended up being unemployed for 14 months. Step number 3 is to take the complaint to the next level. Kim did this when he took the complaint to an assistant to the chief operations officer. And when he did that, he was immediately thanked by the assistant, and so to him, his good deed was reinforced. That should have been a good sign. Instead, his fear of being fired came to fruition. 2 months later, he was laid off under the guise of a worker reduction, even though he appeared to be the only full-time employee who was laid off. Step number 4 is to contact your company's ethics officer. And this is where I think Badaracco would have been proud of Amy. He wasn't trying to make a big stink about the issues. He just wanted the company to do things the right way. He didn't go to HR, so there could be no formal complaint on file, and which affected Amy in a number of ways. There could be no wrongful termination lawsuit or anything like that because there was really no major record of his complaint. There was an email chain, but Amy didn't really press the issue. Step number 5 is to consider going outside your chain of command. Kim Amy did this. He went outside of his chain of command, but he didn't really do it the right way. He should have gotten other accountants involved or other lower level managers and peers to see things his way, and then approached upper management. And step number 6 is going outside the company. Amy could have complained to the government. He probably wouldn't have been unemployed for as long if a larger agency discovered the wrongdoing of WorldCom and put a stop to it. And doing things the right way is being seen more as the right thing to do versus being the quote-unquote company man. And so I think he would have been supported by more companies that he applied to, and he wouldn't have been unemployed, and he may have even been able to get a percentage of whatever the government found as the result of the wrongdoing. Step number 7 is to leave the company on your own. Considering what to do in these cases can be very stressful. It can lead to serious health problems like depression and anxiety, and in some extreme cases, PTSD-like symptoms. So weighing your options of whether to blow the whistle or leave the company, leaving the company might be the less stressful thing to do for yourself, and maybe the correct thing to do. So in conclusion, Kim Amy did the right thing. The way he did it probably wasn't correct, as he didn't follow the steps exactly. He ignored what his colleagues were telling him to do in favor of his own ethics and beliefs, which is definitely the right thing to do. And he didn't want to make a big fuss about it. He didn't want to be a hero. He just wanted to do what was right, and he wanted his company to do what was right. And Instead, WorldCom no longer exists.